Hello, Raider Nation. Welcome to Coast with the Black Hole Superfans. I'm your host, Raider Homer, and joining me is my co-host, Mad Max. How are you today, Mad Max?
Doing good, brother. Doing good. Just here enjoying that time, that family time that we get to have, and just doing work, brother. Just always working, trying to keep that black hole thing going, and touching base with all the super fans that I can, and simple work.
That's cool, man. So, what is your main goal with this podcast? Because, like you say, you're working with the super fans all the time. So what is it that you're trying to accomplish with this podcast?
Oh, bro, it's like for years I've always been a fan. Always seen super fans out there, doing their thing, bringing happiness and joy and all that to people, and there when we, constantly out there when we lose, and they're there to bring it up. So, years ago, about 5 years ago, I came into this and I was like, you know what? There's something I want to be able to do something to give it back what they gave me. They gave me that extra will, that extra want. And I've always been a giving person, but I said, how can I do it back? How can I give it back to them? So I want to bring stuff to light, like their stories and stuff that they've gone through and the backgrounds and why do they do this, and that's one of my main things. For me, I want to do this because I want to bring light to some of the situations, some of the good times, and be able to give their stories and to talk to them. For the Raider Nation to be able to, sometimes we can't go to these games or we can't make it, so I've always wanted to put them out there on the light so we know what's going on. People want to be able to touch people. They want to be able to touch them.
Yeah, man. I mean, the Raider Nation is a family. It's a family, like we've always said, And I think it's awesome, dude, that you are working as hard as you do to bring these super fans into the limelight, so to say, where they can have a platform to share their story with the members of the Raider Nation that can't go to games and things like that need to hear what kind of people lead the way for the Raider Nation. So I think it's pretty cool what you're trying to do, man.
Well, that's what Loyalty Crew does, bro. That's what we do. We try to get everybody that's doing anything out there. We now that we've built a certain media thing out there, we want to be able to get everybody's events. We want to be able to get it out there, and they come to us because we're going to do that, and we love the nation, and that's what we're trying to do, just get everybody's out there because, like I said, somebody might not know, like my son was out, they just had this RNC thing. My son lives out in Seattle, so not too many times can they get anything Raiders really out there. We used to be in the conference with Seattle. You remember them days?
Oh, yeah.
We used to be there, so we were able to go out there. Now my son being a Raider fan, he doesn't get that opportunity. So I haven't heard from him. I hope he went, and got that experience. But I'll talk to him today. But that's the reason why I want to be able to put everything out there that we can. And give these guys, and they, like I said, they don't ask for it. That's what I enjoy doing. They don't ask for nothing. They don't ask for recognition. They're not out there doing that. They're out there doing it because it's from their heart. This is what they give from their heart and their soul, and they put it out there, man. And I see them give, and they receive. Don't get me wrong. They receive because that's why they're out there. They feel that coming back. And we could be in our baddest day, and I've seen it. I know the backgrounds. We could be in our baddest day, but the minute we step out there, that just lights. I see it in their eyes. It lights them up, and we're just so honored that we're able to do that.
Well, man, I've heard a lot of great things about you from superfans. So you're a connected guy, man, and you're the right person to bring into a podcast to share with the Raider Nation what the superfans are all about.
Well, I appreciate you giving us this platform, that we're able, that I can try to launch some of the stuff up. I'm new at this, So, I'm totally here, Homer. You just got it, and believe me, I can talk, so that's going to be no problem. So that'll be no problem. I'll conversate with the best of them all day. But there's so many stories out there, and I want to bring each and every one of them here to let's talk now. Let's smash it up. Let's talk. Let's get in depth about it. Let me see what you like. Hey man, you do might like Cheetos. I might want to hear about that. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, you know, that's what it's about. And I want to bring from Mexico. Bring in Baja, Black Hole. We've got chapters all over the place, and I just want to bring each and every one of them and give them their dues and see what's going on. If we're able to bring that to the fans, well, then I think we're doing the best we can for what we do.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, man. I mean, when we say worldwide, we mean worldwide, dude. And so it's an honor to, share this platform that I have with the Raider Nation and introduce them to fans, super fans that may not have heard of.
Exactly, and there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of them out there, and there's new ones. Like here at the Phoenix RNC, we had two little guys. They've yet to get a name, but they're out there. They're dressed too. I mean, they could be more than maybe 7 and 9 or 8, if that. It may have been younger, but they were all decked out. They were super fans. They had the helmets. They had the whole gear, football gear, like they were going to a game. They had spikes between their head. I mean, it's just awesome. That for me, that made my time there. That made out of everything they did to see them youngsters out there to know that, hey, you know what? If I'm still here, I may have a little hand in that. And believe me, I'm trying to pull them into the black hole. I'm trying to find out what's the age limit here. But there is no age limit in the Raider Nation. There is no age limit. If you're into it, like I said, I was born into it. My parents were, so I was born into this. I was born to do this, and I'm just glad that I've been blessed to be able to be around all these guys and ladies, and to hear their stories, and now to be able to put it out there and see how we roll here. Like I said, I'm ready to smash it up.
Oh yeah. Our first guest is the Ultimate Raider. Now he comes from California and whatnot, and ended up in Arizona. So I guess that's where you met him, right? Is Arizona, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. I seen him at an event out here, and then me going around and stuff. I didn't get an opportunity to meet him, but also coming on is my president of Santa Maria Polo. He's the one that actually talked to him and brought him into the Santa Maria thing. That's where we became friends. And like I said, we're here. I'm 30 minutes, 35 minutes away from him. Some of these times our people are that close. I didn't even know that. So we started, talking and smashing it up, and I get to know him and stuff like this. Cool cat, man. Cool cat. I'm going to tell you what, he's just very cerebral. He's just a cool cat, a loving person, and he's always giving everybody support out there. And that's why I love doing what I do. I market him, I graphic for him, all these super fans. Anybody who asks me, I'm gonna be there for them. Like I said, that's my little niche. I've kind of built into the Raider Nation is what, Max is there, and I'm gonna be there for them, anything they need. And like I said, he's a cool cat, and we were up in Santa Maria thing, and we'll get into all that and let him talk about that. But yeah, cool dude, man, cool dude.
Well, cool. Let's go ahead and get him on the horn.
Good, man. Sounds good. He had a menudo this morning, so he's good.
All right.
This is Mark.
Hey, Mark. This is Raider Homer. How are you?
Good. How you doing, Homer?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well, Mark. And yourself? What are you up to right now?
Good. Well, just it's a Sunday without no football out there, and just staying at home for now, and kids are getting ready to go to school here pretty soon. So I'm back to school next week. So.
Oh yeah, all that clothes shopping and supply shopping, it's coming.
Yeah, right.
Hey, how you doing, brother? This is Mad Max.
I'm doing good, Max. How you been?
All right, cool. Hey, so what's it like around here in Arizona, man? Is it hot?
Oh, it sure is. It's right now. It's about 102 right now. It's
Oh,
right
that's
under.
cool.
But that's when you're inside.
Yeah, I heard that.
When you're outside, you get nothing but straight heat, and it's hot. You don't want to be out there too long. You got to run for
Well,
shade.
what I wanted to do is find out too, brother. Is we're doing this show because we want to kind of introduce the Black Hole and get some background on some of you super fans and some of the things that you guys do. So I know my brother Homer here. He's got some stuff he wants to run through here. Let's check it out.
Yeah, okay. So, Mark, you were born in Santa Maria, California, right?
That's right.
All right. So, tell the Raider Nation, your story. How did you become a Raider fan?
Raider fan. Well, growing up in California, or the Central Coast, no matter what, that shield runs the whole state. So I have uncles that are, Raider fans, and aunts and, family that just, I grew up, and even going to school, we'd be sporting our Raider shirts, Raider jackets. I mean, out here in Arizona, you really can't wear a jacket. It's too hot to wear it. But over there, I tell you what, I had sweaters, I had windbreakers, I had parkas, I had sweat. I mean, I had the gear going, but really what got me going is, as a kid, I loved sports. Back then, still kids, it's good that parents nowadays still keep their kids active, but, I was an active kid back then, playing baseball, playing, soccer, playing, football and basketball as well. But as being a sports fanatic, definitely, Bo Jackson at that time was an extreme player. There was a TV show growing up. It had all the all the main MVPs. It had like a Michael Jordan, Bo Jackson, Wayne Gretzky. It had all the greats on it. So, at that point, I kind of really grew up to just kind of stick to one team. It wasn't, there's the Dodgers, there's, the White Sox, there's, Chicago Bulls, there's everything. But my main sports apparel growing up was Oakland Raiders and Los Angeles Raiders. So it's always been a good team to watch and to be part of. So big Raider fan, big Raider fan growing up.
Yeah, I remember Pro Stars. Yeah, I remember that cartoon. Bo Jackson, he was all across the media. He dominated the media, and he was in all kinds of mediums. He was in video games, cartoons, two professional sports. He even showed up in movies. Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Bo Jackson fan. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean,
I worked out with Bo Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good story. But we're gonna talk about Mark right now. But that's a good story.
That's a teaser.
No, I remember having Kansas City Royals rookie card and having the Bo Jackson rookie card. I even got his rookie card still. I mean not the same one, but I have one, and that's part of my memorabilia. I have one of those nice mint condition Oakland Raiders. I mean Los Angeles Raiders. Rookie card still. So it's pretty badass to have it, to be like, hey, I had that when I was a little kid, and I have it back again. And no, it's just that's kind of where I got started,
Well, cool, man.
So, I mean, there was Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire. I mean, and being California, the home run kings there. I mean, it was a good year. I mean, growing up as a kid, the Valenzuela, Kirk Gibson, Oral Hershiser. I mean, California. I mean, I had really good teams, but when it comes down to it, growing up, it was just straight Raiders.
So,
hold on, brother.
Yeah, so you're obviously proud of California. So you ended up in Arizona, and between California and Arizona, somewhere you developed this ultimate Raider persona. So why don't you tell us how that came about?
It's a big change. I mean, big climate. I mean, big change in between, climate, obviously, from going from good weather to hot weather, and going to seeing all your teams, memorabilia in stores, it's, going through the malls and finding that. And now coming here to Arizona, it's kind of like they try to brainwash you, you know what I mean? Be a D-backs fan, be a Cardinals fan, So, out here at the time, I wasn't trying to find a club or anything. I moved out here, to start a family and, become a man, start something out of high school and, do something with my life. But out here, it just was very, whenever you saw somebody wearing some Raider gear, it was pretty awesome to see. Hey, it's not only Cardinals out here, but it's Raider gear. And then you see somebody wearing Dodger gear, and it's like, wow, they're out here still, So, it's just it's good that we have all our Raider people throughout the nation. But the whole thing with the Ultimate Raider was. I'm not from Oakland, but I know how it is. It gets wild there. People, it's just you grow up that way, and the super fan, it just comes out of you. And so it did take me a while to, become the Ultimate Raider, but I found it was a decision. I found some pads, put some some spikes on it, and I escalated from there. I just kind of grew something with that, and then exposed it to some friends, and they're like, hey, come join us, and hey, you should go and do this. And so I teamed up with Arizona Raider Nation, and then we just we made something out of it. So it's become a fun experience. And but like I said, I was just your everyday casual Raider guy, wearing my shirt, jersey, my Raider chain, some black pants, some nice Nikes, and go to the game, all looking fresh. And the whole super fan thing, when before the events, after the events, those guys are out there. They don't care. They love what they do, and I've taken pictures with them. It was exciting, and I had my wife. Hey, let's take a picture with that guy right there. He looks so awesome. He got the skulls going on and everything going on, and so it was just kind of like an admiration that they're really not on TV. They're everywhere. So it's just one day, like I said, I got those shoulder pads, and my wife is like, "What are you trying to do?" And so it was just came like, hey, I'm gonna try something different, I'm just gonna go in like a regular fan and just try to do, and go with the crowd, and who cares who they're going up against? But I've got something that somebody doesn't have. So I got something original versus being that same guy with probably the same jersey or the same pants, the same. So I kind of wanted to do something different. So I'm pretty proud of it as well.
Yeah.
Cool. I had a question for you, man. I had a question.
Yeah.
Did you this for Mark? Did you, when you got into the Ultimate Raider stuff, did you Garrett, were you did you watch wrestling? Because I watch wrestling with my kid and all that. So that was the Ultimate Warrior, and kind of when I kind of seen you, I kind of was putting things together. When I go out and I call it recruiting. But when I go out and see somebody or a super fan, I wonder about things like that. Was it something in your head when the name came up? Was it something like that? It's just a question. Just a question, though.
The Ultimate Raider, it's an amazing story. I mean, growing up, I had a cousin who I was a little chunky back then as a little kid, and he played football, and so he was a little, kind of, I'd say he was a little cut up, but there were times when when the Undertaker first came out, and Yoka, what's it called, the big Chinese guy, Yokozuna,
Oh yeah,
when
yeah,
yeah, I mean, he came out and, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, but, there'd be times he'd be like, hey, let's just do, wrestling. Those little wrestling pillows came out, those wrestling buddy pillows. It
yeah,
was like, people, it was just another way to say, hey, you kids should try, wrestling against each other. So he'd put me in some, like, leg holds and, like, we'd have some fun wrestling around as little kids, but growing up, his favorite wrestler was Undertaker, and I would play the Ultimate Warrior. So it was just like, but that was little kids, and when I came up with the whole Ultimate Warrior look, I had gone through, I'd already had the shoulder pads kind of on the work, and I was going through some Halloween stuff at that time, and the kids, we put all their Halloween costumes in the box, and there was a white mask in the box, and I always thought about probably doing face painting it myself on my face, and but I couldn't think of an image or look that how I wanted to do my lines on my face or what kind of design, and I just put the mask on, and to be honest, I looked in the mirror and I said, what can I do with this? And I grabbed the pencil and started doing my outline. That mask that I wear, is the original one that I designed myself. So it's I haven't been able to make a second one because I'm still proud of how that one came out, and how many people tell me like, hey, I thought that was painted on, or I didn't even know that was a mask. Like, wow, that's so awesome. You don't even have to wash your face off. So it's I've gotten some good compliments, but another thing too for me, just to when I made that mask and I decided, okay, how I'm gonna call myself, Raider Warrior, Ultimate Raider. I came up with all these Silver and Black Warrior, or and then at the end it's like, well, Ultimate Raider, Ultimate Warrior. I'm gonna go with that. And so, but to take on that to take on that, that step of being somebody that I admired as a little kid, like in the wrestling ring, and it's cool because I do run across as well as like people my age or people who could remember the Ultimate Warrior, and say, oh my God, that guy was my idol. Man, you got almost, and I try my best to keep it as a Raider kind of football look, but at the same time, the Warrior comes out of it sometimes. So I gotta really put the fringe, the ruffles, decorate it as close to where I'm a Warrior Raider pirate kind of
Yeah,
look. So
I like that.
I kind
I seen you there, and I was like, man. And then Polo talked to you, and then he said, hey, he's in with us. And ever since that, the Santa Maria chapter, Black Hole Santa Maria chapter, it's like me and Mark been talking and having good conversation. So he's one that I really enjoy talking to also. And like I said, we all come from our grandfather, the Violator. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that I'm sure that Mark, you kind of looked at that and kind of went from there. You see, now that we talked and you see that, we're around that, we still are in awe that we're there. So.
yeah. Like I said, the Black Hole started it all, and I'm glad to be a member of it too. So it's a great honor that there's people that been done it so like for 20 years. That's what Violators done it, and still acting strong, and even with he has a great spirit, and you want people like that around also. So I mean, they just make the environment so much cooler. So, and I'm glad that I'm been accepted, and they look at me as like being part of the family too. So it's just it's such a great feeling, just not only being a Raider fan, but being a Raider super fan. I think I picked up a little bit more responsibilities, just kind of, being more, more like in a public scene, being with kids and families and meeting new people. It's such an amazing experience for sure.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I mean the Ultimate Raider persona is definitely unique, and you got it. When you were looking for something that was different, you hit it on the head, So Congratulations, and to be
Yeah, he's
accepted,
on.
by the Black Hole, and be a member of the Black Hole. I mean, I'm sure that's a tremendous honor. So that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
So all super
Yeah.
fans, they always, have a charity that they raise money for, or that they back and that they promote, you know. And so, what charity is near and dear to your heart?
The black hole, we kind of, you know, we're there for any cause or any great reason. I mean, the black hole has a good reputation of, being there, supportive and taking care of others and being there when they're called upon. So, I'm glad to be, with them and sell and supporting them with all those, like autism awareness and feeding the homeless. I mean, a lot of food drives and all that
Mhm.
up that they do all up and down California. Now here in Arizona, the most local things that I do that people have seen me around is I support my local people too. So I've done some charity work for Tucson. We've done what's it called, a motorcycle bike ride. It was for the children's hospital in Tucson. We did a toy drive there, and we raised a lot of money. We were on TV, which was great because then that obviously it was a great honor to be part of that. And did toy drives in the valley for Christmas. Um, you know, it's not just one. It's everything. It's whatever I'm there. Whenever I get called upon and they need me, and I'm there to respond and show my support. So, but yeah, I've done doing toy drives and awarenesses. So it's pretty awesome. And cancer, So everybody has someone in their family it's going battling through cancer. I met Raider fans that told me their stories, and I'm there to listen. So I mean, I'm supportive not only with you know with charity work, but also human voluntary work. Just being an ear to listen or someone to talk to. So it's everything. So
That's important too. That's important too. Be able to sit there because again, every fan, they approach your super fans and they're looking up to you guys, and to have time to sit there because we'll roll through hundreds, hundreds of bands throughout the year, and everybody has a story to tell us or tell you guys especially, and for you guys to take that time to listen to everybody to show that care, that's just awesome. That's just awesome what you guys
yeah, absolutely. No, it's yeah. Yeah, like you said, I'm taking on a greater risk, but I enjoy it. I love working with people, and that's pretty much God has put us on this world to do a purpose, and my purpose right now is just being a great human and humanitarian person, and just being there when somebody needs something. So it's awesome.
What's that Tucson chapter you work with out there name there, Ultimate?
I had seen, some stuff, and I'm always a look at, who's doing what, but it's a diehard Tucson chapter. The president there, Juan um, Juan Cruz, has been very cool. I mean, I go out there and he knows I represent Arizona Raider Nation, but to him is like, hey, the more help, the better. So I think that's pretty much what we look at is that, we always try to help each other out. And obviously, he's like, we become great friends. So it's like I said, we build family, we build chains, and we're building a thread that, it's going to be nothing but it's going to go from one state to another state to another state. And that's what we are. We're a Raider Nation. So, but no, it's I go down there in Tucson every once in a while. I'll actually be there in a couple of weeks. They're doing like a pre-kickoff kind of, hey, let's before the game starts, let's just get together and before it gets really kind of jam-packed with the games coming up. But no, Die Hard Tucson chapter, and I do a little Die Hard here in Tempe. So, like I said, I help all the local ones. I wish I can be up down in California. I can be helping out the Los Angeles City of Visionaries, other Black Hole chapters out there, and like SoCal Raiders, which they're throwing this big um, Magic Mountain kind of
Mhm.
event at the end of August, which I'll be there too. So it's fun because whenever there's an event, if I can make it there, I'm gonna make it there. And the good thing is when you're around with everybody, it's like a big family. So it's great. So, but
And
yeah,
the
like I
event's
said,
gonna be August 31st, right?
August 31st. Yeah, it's at the end of August. Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, SoCal, Nomads from here in Arizona, they're doing they do some charity work out here as well. So, but yeah, Tucson, I work with diehards there. So
Nice.
Awesome, man. So, being from Santa Maria, what was it like being a part of the Santa Maria parade?
oh, you know what? And it was. I didn't make it there last year. It was the first annual. It was the second annual. I missed last year because the Gorilla was there, and I think
Senor.
Senor was there. So I was like, there's one guy I haven't met yet, Senor. So if I'm a fan too. So anybody I want to go meet, Senor is the one guy I want to meet next, as well as like Azteca Raiders. So I'm a big fan. So going to the parade to be around with all those other super fans and in my hometown, it was just nothing better. It's like I was in Disneyland. It's like, after winning a Super Bowl, where you going to go next? I'm going to the Santa Maria Black Hole Parade. So to me, it was fun. It was definitely fun. Again, you're making memories. I'm in my hometown, which I visit, 2 times out of the year. And if that, I'm just kind of going in and out because I'm just there for the weekend. I try to stay there longer if I can. If I take too long, I'll probably end up moving back into California. But it's nice, and the people there accepted us really well. I mean, it's you're amazed when you show up and then you see how many Raider fans are out there in the seats. They're just watching you, and they're like, man, I wish I could be on that float. I know they are thinking that, It's like, come on, I feel like they're saying, come on, everybody. Big old, if you're doing a Raider march in Santa Maria, if that's the case. But, it's awesome seeing people and putting joy in their faces. And especially some of them, us having Violator, which is like, kids are like, oh my God, the main guy is here. So it's awesome. Hell Raider was there too. And a lot of, a lot of
Your
people,
first
a
time
lot of,
meeting Savage too? Your first time meeting Raider Savage, Raider Macho Man there?
yeah, meeting Raider Macho Man, Jersey Tucker, my first time meeting her there too. So Dirty Jersey,
Yeah.
New Jersey, and yeah,
Nice.
and then when I reunite with some of them, it's like, hey, we're gonna do this again. So no, it's fun. It's all great. And Polo Rodriguez handled that, and big shout out to him for doing such a great job. Him and his vice president, um, Mike Rivera. It was a great setup. I mean, they took care of it. Even after that, for them to still attend us after the parade, it was a great honor and something very appreciative to be with and be part of that. It's a parade, Who wants a parade festival? It's not we're not there in a game. We're not in a full wall building. We're out. We're running. We're going. We're breathing air. We're blasting music, playing some Raider loud music. People just people loved it. They absorbed it, and it was a great feeling. I'll tell you what. It was a great experience.
We loved having you there, brother. We're glad. We're so happy, that we had a big showing like that and good times out there. We even had, what do we have? Otis McKinney, two-time Super Bowl winner, and
Yeah, we had
Henry Jackson from the Rams. We love everybody. That's what the Raider Nation does. Yeah, when it comes on the field, yeah, we're against them, but off that field, we're with you guys, and that's the attitude the Black Hole has to, we get along with everybody.
That's awesome,
Yep.
man. That's an awesome way to represent the Raider Nation. As Joker
Oh,
Raider
yeah.
said, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's only the second annual this year, but third annual is gonna get better and better.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have Homer out there doing a live podcast out there next year.
Hey, just
Oh,
let
that'd
me
be
know.
great. Yeah.
I'll go.
You can even ride the truck if you want.
Podcast on the truck.
While you're broadcast, yeah. You can honk the horn. Here comes Homer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, he'll put his mask on and join us there.
Oh yeah. So, you're busy, right? You're helping with all your charity events. You joined the Santa Maria parade, but you were also a part of the Raiders fan convention. So what was up with all that? Because they're touring right now.
Yeah, the Raider fan convention was in April. I gotta say it was great. There was a lot of vendors there. Everyone from like the Bandits, the Wrecking Crew, Die Hard Raiders, of course us, Arizona Raider Nation. Everybody was in there, and Molosos, yep. Everybody was in there representing, and and it was great. It was huge. It was a great event. There's people inside, there's people outside, there were Raider people everywhere, and everybody was up, people with their flag, their banners on their trucks, on their cars, or, people, it's a great experience. We also had Phil Villapiano there signing autographs, and I took a picture with him, and a great honor from him to say, hey, I knew who he was. I was standing like a fan way back, and I was like, okay, I'm getting closer to in front of the line. It's my turn to take a picture. And, when I got up to say, hey, I'm going to take a picture, he was like, yeah, come on. And then he pointed to his wife. He's like, hey, honey, take a picture with me and this warrior guy. This is so awesome. So to hear him say that, I was like, I was awesome. I was awesome for him to make me feel like special. That was great.
But we had,
yeah, it is.
When they're asking you to, hey, you know what? Hey, come on here, because Phil's a great character, man. He's just I consider him the voice of the Raiders, because he can take us from inside the line to the first. His story he gave us of the black hole, the original name of the black hole, how that was formed. We'll get into that later, though. I want to hear from you, Ultimate.
Yeah, and like I said, Phil Villapiano. I've made great friends with 4Dub, and they were there. We had some performances from BB. Them Raider boys were there too. So and the kids were all loving it. So that's pretty much what's the fun part of it. There's families coming in, supporting their team. At the same time, they're shaking your hand, and their kids are right there, and they're excited. You can see the joy in their eyes. It's a wonderful feeling when sometimes I feel like the parents are asking me to take a picture with them, like, hey, can I take a picture? Like, yeah, all right. No, not with me, but with my little ones. Come here, kids, come on. And then it's like, oh, it's such a great feeling, because even sometimes the kids are too afraid to ask, so they'll send their parents. So it's cool. It's cool. And then seeing everybody else enjoying it the same way. So I know Hellraider had a baby in his hand. I'm like, what? That's not even your baby. So, well, that was awesome. I got to start doing that too. I'm gonna start going down in strollers and start taking the kids out. no, but it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. So it's Arizona Raider Nation, we did a pre RFC party at our place. We're in Chandler, our club. I was in Chandler. We're in a cigar bar. It's a cigar bar. So um, too bad it's for 21 and older, but I mean it's a place um, those who want to get away, want to be in a Raider bar, not have to worry about kids. You can get an Uber, you can get a Lyft, you can get a ride home. You don't have to drink and drive. But we did a pre-party. We had giveaways and stuff like that, and then the next day to do the RFC, and then after the RFC, the diehard Raiders they had an after party, which was everybody that all the super fans and everybody that was there was told, and it was also on the flyer. So a lot of people showed up to the after party, and that's where then we all get loose. So it was fun. So I mean, everybody had a great time. We all danced the night off. It was a great experience for sure. The RFC, and it was a blast. I had a great time.
That's awesome, man. That's real awesome.
Actually, I think the next morning we woke up. We went to have breakfast, and we ran into a family that was there at that restaurant, and they're at the RFC convention the day before. So when they saw us, they're like, "Oh, hey, look, that's Ultimate Raider," and it's like being recognized, and they're still wearing my Raider gear and stuff, and we sat next to them, and they knew the other people that was in my crew that were when we went into the restaurant. But at the same time we were eating next to them, they were having congratulations because they were doing a baby reveal thing. So, one of the gals was pregnant, and she was given she was going to have a boy, and it was awesome because they're also happy too because they're like, oh look, guess what guys, you guys get to listen to this too. This is the first time I'm going to reveal this, and so it was awesome. I never would have thought that something like that, like such a small, we meet with the same people that we met the day before as just like fans, and we're having this family moment with them. That's great. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, that sounds awesome, man. That's what's great about the Raider Nation is we are family, and you could just stumble into something like that, or it just turns into something like that. Like you're saying, if you're at a somewhere or at a party or something, it just the way that the Raider Nation works, man, is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sometimes even at a gas pump, just minding my own business, and I see somebody wearing a Raider hat, say, "Hey, go Raiders, man!" And so it's everywhere. It just won't. Even if I got someone telling me, "Hey, right on Raiders," even when I go to Walmart and see a guy wearing a nice Raider guy, "Hey, right on, you wearing the colors, brother? Good, I love it." And one time, me and this guy had the same hat. I'm like, "Hey, you got a nice hat." He's like, "You got a nice hat too." I was like, "We have the same hat." So it was pretty badass. So no, it just makes people know that, hey, you're not the only one. But it is a nation, like I said. We're all we support each other.
A lot of family, and a lot of family out there in the Raider Nation. I just came from DMV Friday, and believe me, there were about 4 or 5 people. We look at each other, ain't got to say nothing. Just nod our head. Hey, what's up? We know we stand strong wherever we go.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
All right, cool, man. I appreciate you for your time. But before we let you go, man, are there any upcoming events that you'd like to promote?
There's the Raider Nation explosion. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be in Merced, California, August 10th. When Raider Tone, who's from KOS, when he's like, "Hey," when he put that post out, I saw it. I was like, "Hey," and I looked at my schedule, my calendar. I'm like, "Hey, I can do that." I called him right away. I was probably like within the first 10 super fans to say they were going to go because, I was kind of like, hey, that's right there near Oakland and up there right Fresno. And, it's like, he said it was going to be a Super Bowl super fan. So I don't know if you've seen his post. Have you seen their latest post? But I've counted them. There's about over 50 super fans on that flyer. So it's going to be off the hook. And on top of it all, there's going to be, Drew Down is going to be there. RBL Posse, and these are rap groups from the Bay Area, you know. And then the Loonies, and they're going to have also comedians there. They're going to have some 3 comedians as well. Hopefully, my boy Big Mac is going to be out there. Hopefully, he's going to be throwing down some songs, and 4Dub will be there. I mean, it's going to be great.
An explosion.
It's going. That's exactly. It's going to be it's going to be off the. It's going to tear the roof off in another second. Yeah, it's going to be.
Mac gets off. That's my boy. I love his music. I just was hearing some of his stuff right now. You know, so awesome cat.
Yeah, Raider Nation Explosion. Other than that's. The ones I'll be attending is, like I said, this in 2 weeks I'll be at in Tucson with the Die Hard Raider Tucson chapter, doing a pre-kickoff get-together event there, and then within 2 weeks I'll be in 2 weeks I'll be in Raider Nation Explosion in Merced, California. The following week is preseason game 2. Cardinals versus Raiders, which is going to be in Arizona. So we're going to be doing a tailgate there too. So, you know, it's going to be busy. You'll see me around. I'll be posting pictures, and you know, I'll be there. And then within another 2 to 3 weeks, I'll be in SoCal having fun in the roller coasters there in Magic Mountain for their event. So, and then right after that, you know, the game starts. You know, September.
It's on.
Yeah. So yeah, that's anybody want to come visit the Ultimate Raider? Those would be the venues I'll be attending here in the next within the next month and a half. So it's gonna be fun.
Well, Mark, I want to express my thanks, brother, for you coming on our first show and giving us a little idea what the Ultimate Raider's about, you know. And we'll be talking to you a lot more, brother.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, you've got a lot of story to give us. We want to hear it, and that's what this show's about, coast to coast. You know, with the Black Hole Super Fans.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm honored. First, like you said, first show. Hey, I'm glad to be part of something that's going to be beautiful and something that we're going to lay down, and it's going to continue on this way, and especially with Raider Homer. I know he's done a lot of work, and I appreciate being on your show too, Raider Homer. It's a great honor to be able to be with Mad Max and Raider Homer on all together in this conversation on this show for sure.
All right, cool. Well, the pleasure's all mine, man. So, and yeah, we'll definitely get back in touch with you after these events that you were just talking about, and we'll get an update.
Yes,
awesome.
Definitely updates. You know,
awesome.
Hopefully we get some going here too. We're talking about it, but you know, he's already kind of gave me a little commitment on an event that we're having here. As soon as we set everything out, but an event we're having here in Phoenix, game 2. So looking forward to it, brother. Thank you very much.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool.
Absolutely.
Talk to you later, bro.
Right on. Silver and Black, Raider Nation. It's where it's at. Love you guys. Have a great night.
You too, brother.
All right, bye.
Yeah, man. The Raiders voice was at that Raiders fan convention, and he had footage of the Phil Villapiano story about the black hole, man. That was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that was sick. Wasn't that sick? How that started off with, you know, how they used to come out of the games. They put their cars in a circle so nobody get out.
Yeah.
You weren't going nowhere. You were going to party right there in the black hole. You know what I'm saying? That's where that story came from. That's where the black hole came from. You know, so that's just some good story right there.
Oh yeah. It was cool, man. And you know, he is a great ambassador for the Raiders. You know, he's enthusiastic when he tells his stories, man. You can just feel the passion when he speaks, man. Plus, he was a badass Raider too. You know.
Yeah, Phil gets me going. He gets me going. Like I said, really, he yells across there. Like I said, he'll yell across there, Elvis. Like I said, that's just a great. I'll remember that till I'll be 100 years old if Lord gives me, and I'll remember that. Phil, I'll be like, hey Phil, I'm Elvis, and shit. But just a great person, great persona. Has all the stories inside locker rooms. I've heard it all. The inside stories. And with LaMonica and all that, all of them hanging at one time. Me, the fly in the wall, hearing that stuff.
It's cool.
I love it. It's great stuff, man.
Hey, now before we get to Polo, dude. Now, what were you saying about working out with Bo Jackson?
Oh yeah, check this out. My sister-in-law used to work here in Phoenix at the Biltmore, and Bo Jackson used to live out here. He had a house out here, and he worked out here. And she calls me. She says, "Hey, Bo Jackson," because they got to schedule their stuff. They schedule so they make sure everything's all coordinated out for the guys, and it's in a spot where there's money, bro. There's money at the Biltmore. And so she called me because she knew I'm a big time Raider fan. She called me and she says, "Hey, it's my ex sister-in-law." She says, "Hey, Max, you know what? Come down here. Bo Jackson's gonna be here, and Howie Long." Okay, so cool. I let everything go. Headed down there, walked in there, and there he is. He's on that treadmill, bro. Man, this dude, I've never seen a specimen. I've known dudes humongous, bodybuilder. Man, this dude was a freaking specimen, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Muscle, boom, boom, boom. Just you can see the power, man. You just look at him and you see the power. And so I just pull up like I'm cool right next to him. I get on the treadmill. I'm looking over. I say, "Hey, how's it going?" Just a simple conversation. 'Cause I'm excited. I don't want to say, "Hey, it's Bo Jackson." Bo, that's
you don't
what
want
I
to
really
fanboy
want
out.
to do, Exactly. Plus, it's a plus place. I'm not even supposed to be there. I don't even have membership for that, but my sister-in-law. So I go in there. We're working out. I'm working out with them. I kind of watch them go to the next station. I maybe get a couple stations off of that. Go in there, and then I start talking to them. And we had a good conversation, short conversation, good. I told him, "Hey, I'm a big Raiders fan," stuff like that. I didn't ask him, of course, for no autographs and stuff like that. It wasn't a place for that. He was there to work out. And so what I did is, after all that, I went to my sister-in-law. I said, "God dang, I couldn't get his autograph or anything, right?" So I ended up taking the sheet, because there's a sign-in sheet. So I ended up taking the sign-in sheet. So I still got that sign-in sheet. And that's how I got Bo Jackson's name. But I barely missed Howie Long before that. But I got his signature. When I meet him, he's supposed to be in Houston. So when I meet him in Houston, I'm going to take this sheet, and I'm going to have him sign that sucker too. Because I met him, this was, 83, 84, something like that. So it's been a while.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. It was just an experience. Like I said, I could say I worked out with Bo Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool, man. I flew all the way to California to the 2013 Raider Fest to get his autograph. I mean, all the legends were there. I look back and I regret it because I didn't get Tim Brown's autograph, Jerry Rice autograph, Greg Townsend was there, Fred Biletnikoff. I mean, I think Jim Otto was there too. But man, I was just focused on Bo Jackson, and I got 10 items.
He was the man.
Yeah, I went crazy. The Ultimate Raider was talking about having his rookie card for the Chiefs and the Raiders. I got both of those signed. So yeah, man, Bo Jackson was badass.
Yeah, he was the man. He was the man. Like I said, I've had opportunities to meet a lot of people, but he's one. And I see now he's making some signing circuits and stuff where you never used to be like that. But I'm glad he's coming out, because there's so much love for the man. You know what I'm saying? And just the short time that he played for us, it was just something that, if you're a Raider fan, believe me, I know younger cats, man, and younger before their times, or even after time, they're just like Bo. They know as you say that,
Oh yeah, dude. Almost in every group picture with Raider fans, somebody's wearing a Bo Jackson jersey.
Exactly. I got mine.
Oh yeah.
I got
Oh
mine.
yeah. All right,
got
cool.
mine.
Well, let's move this show along and let's get Polo on the line.
Sounds good, bro. Sounds good.
All right.
Please enjoy this Verizon ringback tone while your party is reached.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Polo?
Hey, what's up, dude? What you doing?
Pretty good. Hey, I'm about to merge these calls. Hold on. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, man, I was listening to your ringback tone, man. I like that song, dude. But I'm gonna have to cut it though, man, because that's a copyright infringement.
Yeah. Dude, I know. You gotta love it. Dude, I've had that ringtone forever.
And that takes me way back, man.
Yeah,
Man.
man, that's old Peter Grant, man.
All
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Hey, thank you for joining us here on the Coast to Coast show. You know, yeah, of course, you know, I'm favoring my man here because he's my president of the Black Hole Santa Maria, and very knowledgeable person in what's going on and what's happening in Raider Nation. So we wanted to get your story, your intake, the whole bit as much as we can, brother. So Homer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, thanks for coming on the show. You know, your appearance here means a lot, you know, because you are a president of the Black Hole in Santa Maria, you know, and this channel focuses on interviewing super fans, presidents of clubs, YouTubers, and podcasters, you know, trying to get the voice of the Raider Nation out there, record the history of the Raider Nation. So it's an honor to have you on.
Well, I appreciate the invite, and I appreciate Max and you and your show. You know, I've been listening to it and love what you're doing for the nation.
Well, cool. All right, so how about you go ahead and start off with the questions, Max?
Hey, Paul, I just want to find out, you know, I know you're the president of Santa Maria, you know, Black Hole, but where'd you originate from, man? Where'd Polo start off at, man? You know, where was he born? Kind of stuff.
Oh, man, that's the roots of the Raiders, I tell you. So I was born in Sanger, California, and can still consider myself a Sanger banger. And obviously that's home to our first quarterback and coach, Tom Floyd. So that's, I have the privilege of going to the high school where our football field is named after Tom Floyd. It's Tom Floyd Stadium there in Sanger, California.
That's awesome.
2 Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, I mean, that's a damn shame that he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you know what? We're fighting for that every year. You know, the thing is, he is in the Hall of Fame for Sanger. I mean, he's a local celebrity. He's back. You know, he's never left Sanger. He's always been a part of it. Like he was there, I think, a month and a half ago. We're there in Sanger receiving an award. He's always with our alumni, going to our football games. He does blood drives there in the Central Valley. So he's still a big part of the Sanger community.
That's awesome. That's real awesome. Now, you also, okay, so you are known, right, for wearing the fireman hat. Where did that originate from?
Yeah. You know what? I've been a fireman since 1986 was my first summer fighting fire. And then obviously I was on EMT, also worked for an ambulance service company there in Fresno and in the Valley. So, you know, we travel a lot. And we started off going, it was more to go to travel games. This kind of started from Sanger. My cousin Tito, big Raider fan, and he has RV stations in Texas. But he has like, I don't know, 9 or 10 dealerships. But, you know, he always said, hey, we're going to be traveling, go watch the Raiders play. And I remember telling him, come on, Tito's there in L.A. You know, we can go anytime we want. He says, no, he said, hey, we want to go to the Raider game. I said, dude, they're in L.A. We can go anytime we want. He goes, no. We're going to travel, go one stadium every year. And it was kind of like a, you know, just a story. And, hey, we're going to do it. And as we got older, my brothers, Ron, Lupe, Big Tone, and they're from Modesto instead. And then, so it was kind of a Sanger, Modesto game, and we start doing it every year. And my buddy Robert, he kind of put it together. He's our logistical guy. He actually plans it, tells us when he's going to pull the trigger. We take a big vote. Like this year, we voted we're going to go to Green Bay. So every year we do one big game, and that's our travel game. And that's how kind of it started. So what we did back then was we take sombreros, and we kind of like the Three Amigos, and what we end up doing is by halftime, the idea was to give them away. So it's kind of like the ambassadors of the Raiders. No matter where we go, they treat us, you know, if they were yelling at us or, you know, we were friends, we always pick the nicest fans and we give them the sombreros. Kind of our culture. And plus, you know, sombreros are cheap. We buy them. We fly them out there, and then you still want to bring them back. So we just give them away to whichever fans from the opposing team is cool. So that's kind of like wearing something happened. Then I remember going to a game, saw a fireman, I think it was from New York. Anyway, so I said, man, what a good idea. And firemen are kind of cool where, you know, you see a lot of Soup fans when they see someone dressed the same, they always kind of say, hey, why are they copying me? Firemen are different. We always go up to each other, and I see a bunch of Raider firemen, and we're like high-fiving. We always say, what department you work for, what rank, what walk on, brother. And it, you know, it's a pleasure, you know, seeing other firemen wear the same helmet. And, you know, mine was kind of it was almost not to wear it, but I was kind of wearing it just to get autographs. And that's kind of how it started off, is getting autographs on it. And then the first one got filled, the second one got filled, and then now I'm on my third helmet, and that thing's almost completely filled.
They're awesome. I've got an opportunity to see it firsthand.
Yeah.
They're awesome. The signatures, everything on there is just so
Oh, yeah.
Raiderish, man. It's so Raiderish and shit, you know. But awesome stuff, man. So, you know, where did you know? Also, like I said, I know you're with the Santa Maria, of course, the Black Hole. But when did you start? You know, when did you become president? When did you decide to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to take this up. You know, because it is a lot of work. It is a lot of. I see what you do, brother.
Yeah, no, I was pretty fortunate. We had Mike Aragon is you're familiar with the Black Hole, he's president of the Richmond chapter. And he's old school. He's old school Black Hole. So you look at the Black Hole membership cards, I think most people are 600-700. Mike is like number 12. So he's been there from one of those guys came up with it in the basement in 1995. So he's been in there, and like I say, he's known for being the homie. Well, his cousin David owns the homies, but what a lot of people don't know is his cousin David has a brother, and his brother is one of our priests, a local priest here in Santa Maria and Guadalupe, and they call him the Father de Pico. So what he ended up doing for New Year's, everybody from Santa Maria would actually travel to LA for New Year's Day. Is always a big day in our culture for car shows and stuff. What he said, what he wanted was, instead of people driving to LA, he'd set something up at the park. So Paul Mateo, he set that up at Bicycle, and so that first year, Mike came out as a homie, so he guaranteed, you know, he has a kind of like a homie van, the father does, and so he brought Mike and those guys down. I ran into Mike, and he's like, hey, what are you doing here? You know, I know Mike from the games. I said, oh, you know, we're down here. I live down here. And he says, oh, dude, you need to start a chapter down here. And at first I was like, I don't know if I want to start a chapter. And Yuli Hernandez, she was the original bride of Chucky. She was like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, oh, no. So anyway, and from there, I talked to Cisco and Rob, and they pretty much say, hey, this is what you need to do. And then, you know, you start working, and then from there, you know, we grabbed Brianna Ferry, the secretary, came on board. Then, you know, from there we had Israel Hernandez, Mike Hernandez, then Rigo, and Karina, and then current vice president, Mike Rivera, and his brother, Mondo. And then, so people just started jumping on. So we headed up to, you know, to make a club. So we went through our thing, and one of the things is every time you create a chapter, you have to give something back to the community. And so I started thinking, you know, what do we do? And I know I'm a fan of fans. Like, that's what I like doing. I like going out and meeting the super fans and taking pictures with them. And so we started looking as we have an event. We have to have an event in the valley. So I'm also Elk. So we have the parade and the rodeo, which is probably the biggest thing that happens besides the car show. We have, so we brought it to town. And so I thought that first year, I said, boy, you know what? It took me years to take pictures with all these guys. I imagine you can set up in one place where someone can come in and just take pictures of all the Super fans all in the same place. You know, you see them on TV, you know, you see them on games, and then, but it's hard to track them all down. And I was like, thinking, for how many Raider fans we have here in Santa Maria, and how many have never been to a game, they can take pictures of Super fans. So that's how the whole idea started. Like, let's bring Super fans. So, you know, that first year, I reached out to some, you know, Ascendis, the K Twins, you know, just the super fans that we knew that would kind of support us. Marty Marr, you know, the homies, Gorilla, Senor, Violator, Raider Woman, you know, so it was a small group that came down, but they came down, we had a DJ, and we set off. And the thing is, it's a black hole event, and the black hole spirit is always like, hey, if you come to us, you can party, you can eat, and we'll take care of you. It's the way, you know, you take care of your company. And so we set it up, and everybody came, and we had a good time, and that was kind of like our mark, like, hey, this is what we do on a yearly basis, one of our events. And we've grown since then, but yeah, that's one of our big events.
Wow, that's a lot there, brother. I mean, like I said, you know, you've got a lot of insight and you know what's going on, and you, like you said, I've seen you run around that Oakland parking lot, bro. I've seen you go from one end to the other. I called you that one time. Where you at? I'm over here. Next thing I see you coming by, I'm like, wait, hold on. You said you're over there. So I know you get around, brother. I know you do.
Yeah, we have the original group, but we still with Ronnie's tailgate. That's kind of like our main one, and then obviously we have the Black Hole tailgate. So we go both lots, you know, A lot, B lot, D lot, and C lot. So it's all over the place. It's, you know, all the friends we've met and hang out with, and it's a good time. It's part of the tradition now. You know, that big tailgate and that big tailgate party before the game. So,
yeah, that's awesome. So how long you been the president of Santa Maria?
Dude, from the beginning, it's only we're going on our third. We've done 2 years, and this is our third football season as Santa Maria Black Hole.
Okay.
The chapter. Yeah, so we're still young, and you know, we have good chapters, brother or sister chapters. You know, like for us, it was easy. You know, we're mentoring up. We got with the LA chapter really quick. It was Carlos Gomez at the time. Now Carlos started Angel City Visionary. But with Joe's still there and Randy. So we still got that. We got Juan and Baja, which we came on together. And of course, Mike Aragon, our mentor, you know, he's the president for Richmond. But he's kind of like the guy we report to. You know, we keep this kind of, you know, chain of command, but those four chapters were really tight. Of course, you know, we still kick it with our boys from Mexico City, doubling them. Us four chapters, we do a lot. I mean, we're constantly, you know, like I was on the phone with Joe earlier, I was on the phone with Mike earlier, believe it or not. I talked to Azteca from the Baja chapter, and this constantly happens. You know, we have these group chats with all of us in there, and we keep busy, and we stay in communication, you know.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Like I said, I'm kind of new there, so you know, Polo brought me in here and to give me opportunities to reach out and do a lot of things here. So very proud of where I'm at, Santa Maria Black Hole, and to be with the Black Hole family and all our brothers and sisters and everybody else who's come along with us and what we're doing there. Also.
Yeah, Max, you've been a pleasure having, man. I mean, you're you know, that's what I was huge missing that AV world where, you know, the flyers, the graphics, man, you just put your heart and soul in there, and that's helping us out tremendously. All the flyers, all the stuff you see online coming out of Santa Maria, that's thanks to Max. Max takes care of a lot of that, and so does Mike Aragon, but Max and his crew, loyalty crew, and really take care of us there.
No, it's our pleasure, brother. You know, like I said, it's about one nation, and that's what I like about the Black Hole. You know, it's just not the Black Hole. It's everybody. We want everybody to come in. And that used to be my view of everything. I want everybody to be united. And we don't, I'm this way. You say one nation, it's one nation. You know, let's be one nation.
So what's the next step in the evolution of the black hole?
You know what? It's funny. This last year we did a big autograph show, and while we were there, we got to work with the retired players of Congress. And I think, from my aspect, is that's where we're going to be going, because we call ourselves the world's most notorious fans, and now we got to back that up. And being a fan is a responsibility of taking care of the players, and working with retired players of Congress has been huge for us, just because the fact is that we have access to those retired players, and we see what they're doing. How most of the stuff you buy from Fanatics, the jackets and stuff, the retired players of Congress, they actually create them. And they're selling them, and then a part of that profit, the money and the profit goes back to the players. And so I just ordered, believe it or not, they call it signature jacket. So, yeah, so with the retired players of Congress, now, like I said, I'm fortunate enough, I just was able to order, they have a signature jacket, and I just ordered and got my Willie Brown signature jacket. So it's a custom one-of-a-kind jacket created, and when you open inside, it has Willie Brown's autograph, and that's why it's signature jacket. You pick a player that's retired, that's in there, and the best part about it, $200 of that price of that jacket goes to the retired player. So I know $200 goes from me to Willie Brown, and that's the way you take care of the players. They're not rich. I mean, that's the whole thing. When you think about football players, back in those days, they didn't have big contracts. So a lot of these guys, it's a way to, they're not looking for charity. They're producing product, and it's a great product, and I'm supporting it. And I'm hoping by us doing it, the Black Hole, we want the Raider Nation to pick up on it. And then from there, we challenge our cousins, the Dog Pounds from the Browns. We challenge them, and they go with it. And then every year we build this. And I'm thinking in the future, 10 years from now, ESPN is going to be doing a story about this, how the Raider fans started this, and now it's a phenomenon throughout the league.
That's awesome.
That's
man.
awesome. That's an awesome feeling to know that you help that come along, that vision of taking care of our own, taking care of others, because like I said, we're the Raider Nation, but we also other teams and other that when we're outside that football field, we're all good. We're all family. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh man, it's the best. We had Bob Grant show up to our parade. We had Bob Grant, Daniel Jackson, Mark Fleming. I mean, these guys played in Super Bowls. Like Mark, Super Bowl 1, 2. Bob 3, 5. They're from the beginning, so they got some great stories. And sitting down, I remember I was sitting down with Mark Fleming. I was sitting with Dave Otto, Art Shell, and those guys were talking, and I was just at awe. I didn't pick my phone up. I didn't take no pictures. I just looked at what they were, looked and listened. And just looking at these old guys talk about their days, it's like, wow, what an experience. And what an opportunity,
Yes.
with these guys. It's awesome.
It's awesome, brother. Yeah, it's just like being that fly on the wall. We're just there listening to that. It's like I'm not bothering nobody. I want to hear this history.
That was for us. Working with Hall of Fame Sports in an autograph show, that was huge. That was kind of our first outside of Santa Maria event. And we got with that one. We got with the LA chapter. We got with Angel City Visionaries. We got with the Compa Royalty Crew. So we came in as a big group. We invited super fans to join us. That was kind of the first time we actually sat down and actually had a meeting and said, hey, this is what we could be doing. We stand together under the Black Hole and go forward. And so far, it's a lot of work, but we're doing everything in the right direction. And we're raising a lot of money for different charities. That's what counts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Raider Nation is great with charity, man. That's awesome, too.
It's them first. Like I know with the retired player Congress, Polo and them had to leave for a little bit. They went and took care of. I think did you have like boxing gloves and stuff like that you guys did for your charity?
Yeah, in Santa Maria, we have the Elks, and we have it's kind of like the number one rodeo of its size. and part of that we have called the Golden Circle of Champions. What it does is it raises money for local kids with cancer. So it helps families with local kids. And the cool part about it is whatever we raise this year, we'll meet the families that actually benefited. So next year when we have that same thing, we'll have the families that we helped out. They'll be there, and you actually get to see 100% of the money goes to the families. So we went out of town. We got some autographs. We have some Eric brothers, and they're once Olympic, Carlson Olympic, and they're both professional Carlson Olympic. So I waited like 4 hours at their gym just to get their autographs on their gloves. We took that in, and of course, we had Mark Fleming signed undefeated Miami Dolphin jersey, and then we had Otis McKinney signed a Raiders jersey for us, and then also we had Bob France with a Colts jersey for us. And all these jerseys, trust us, you know how hard they get because these players, you just can't buy it. You have to custom make. When this company back took us up, we got custom jerseys made. We have them signed. It worked out for us. We raised a lot of money, and from the Black Hole to their community. So it's all about obviously giving back and making a difference.
And I love that. I love that about us.
Oh, yeah.
I love that it's Raider Nation, and and I put out a little story today. It's about they do this. You guys do this from your heart and soul, man. And for me that goes deep. Being in the service and having my commitments. I love that about the Raiders. I love that about what Polo brings. Sitting there for 4 hours to get something that's for others. You know what I'm saying? That's the selfless, just commitment. That's where a commitment to excellence comes through, bro.
Yes, sir. So, just a little. Well, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I'm glad those guys were able to sign it. It brought in a lot of money, and both those kids are undefeated right now. So, hopefully they'll bring some world championships to Santa Maria Valley.
Awesome.
Yeah. So earlier you mentioned the Compas. Now that's a name I've only heard a few times. What's up with that? Who are the Compas?
The Compas is actually a pretty cool group. It's not, I'm gonna say like a secret society. It's not like, hey, I want to join the Compas, and you get asked to be part of the Compas. You can always see. So basically, what they did was they got the C of the captain, and then you threw the Compas on there. Latino, a Compas is your family, your extended family, and they know your Compas always has your back. So that's what it is, and it's got some different clubs, different booster clubs, and different chapters, and Fabian is the creator of it, and which they're Black Hole also, but they're sprinkled out. So throughout throughout the Raider Nation, you see it out there. I mean, and that's the beauty of it. And a Compa always has a Compa's back, and to be part of that group is not only it's an honor. I mean, it's a great experience and an honor to be part of the Compas, representing the Compa.
Man, what super fans are part of the Compas? I mean, just so I know.
Dude, just off the back, I know we have like Hell Raiders one, Ascendants is one, Joker, JR60 Brown, he's one. The homies, Mike Aragon, Droopy's one. The president of Marty Marr. That's obviously one of the original Compas right there, Marty Marr. And this Compa Eddie, Cabezon. So they're out there. I mean, that's the thing. Raider Reese. I'm sure I'm missing stuff too, and obviously Fabian. But they're out there. They're sprinkled out there. You can always see by the patch, and then Cabezon was the first one. He got the tattoo, and I know I got the tattoo.
Carlos,
he got the tattoo. Carlos. Elevator. So it's a cool movement. The best part about it is we're from different areas. We're all different walks of life. Different views. But when it comes down to Raiders, at the same time, come back to family and movement, we're there for each other and always supporting each other. It's kind of the main thing behind that.
That's cool.
That's awesome to have to have your brothers like that. I got a little insight on that when I went to the parade. I see that. I love that, brother. And anyone who's there, the honor is just awesome to be there. Like you say, not everybody's can be brought into that. So it is.
Yeah, that was the thing. It's a beauty. I mean, it's an honor to be part of that, and that's the thing. It's like, most vets say, "Hey, I want to join," and I'm going to. Yeah, they have their rules and stuff, and there's the other one says, "Hey, you want to be part of the complex?" That's the cool part about the privilege. And then the group, the minute you're with, we talk to each other and say, "Hey, how you doing, compadre?" And that's the way it is. It's like we went down. Most of us that we went down to the DC for that promo video were compadres, and we had a great time. Going down to Baja, we got 3 weeks from now. We'll be there. And if you haven't got your ticket, go out and get it. But, talk about a great time out there with Baja Juan, with the Baja chapter. And the fishing, the pep on day, the wine. We had a great time. I mean, it was probably one of the best raider events I ever had. This wasn't even an event. It was just a promo for the event. And we had a great time. I mean, it was fun.
Yeah, I missed that one. I had surgery, but
we're 3 weeks away from it now. So 3 weeks away.
Exactly.
Get your passport. Get ready to go.
With the Baja chapter at the Summer Beach party.
That's awesome. Worldwide Raider Nation, man.
Definitely. So, you know what? I got a little thing that I want to start. It's called Raider Talk, brother. I just want to talk freely. What's going on? What are you doing? Maybe some stories, some inside stories if you want to give us. Anything that kind of highlights out there that Raiders don't know. The Raider fan, typical fan, don't know. So.
No, I think you're a good job. I think, I look at myself personally as being blessed. I mean, obviously growing up in Sanger, home of Tom Flores, to moving to Santa Maria. And, you talk about Santa Maria, you start thinking, what's Santa Maria? And you say, well, Coach Manning, this is the first place he coached. John Madden was a coach at Ellen Hancock, which is probably less than 5 miles from my house. So not only did I come from Oakland Raider, Tom Flores, then move into another Oakland Raider legend of Coach Madden. And there's still old timers. And I had Jim on the house 2 weeks ago, and he was telling me stories that when he played for Madden for 2 years there at Hancock. Everybody knows his wife. They all know him from down. So it's cool. You come from a town like this, and there's such Raiders are they're from here. They were born here, and so my roots are always tied into Raiders. It's like no matter where I go.
That's badass.
Awesome.
Man.
Yeah, that's cool. Go ahead, Homer.
No, I was just saying that was awesome. I mean, to go from the home of Tom Flores to the home of John Madden. I mean, that's real cool, man.
As I said, he's basically telling me he's got 3 Super Bowls there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got the Super Bowls where you live, man. That's just awesome.
Real. It's funny. You can go down and watch the field that he coached at. And back in those days, he didn't even have a license. And this is a college. And the last 2 years, they were fixing the football field. They were actually playing at a high school team. So that tells you how small college is, senior college. But he played at Cal Poly, then he coached at Allen Hancock for 2 years before he got picked up.
That's awesome. Hey, you got any inside stories that you can reveal? Any good juicy stories that you can reveal? Don't give us the stuff we can't reveal because we can sit it there. But you got any good stories? Anything happening out there?
Now we got some good stuff coming on. I mean, we got a lot of stuff in the books right now. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on from the Black Hole that hasn't been released. I know a lot of people have been looking at it. Our website up in Oakland, the main chapter, has been working on that. That should be up and running. Last time I talked to Cisco, it's 2 weeks, and hopefully we're coming up on that time limit. We'll have something up so we can boost our members. We got the super fans. There's a lot of people still waiting to sign up, but we can't wait to have them on board. And like we're traveling this year. I think we're doing the Green Bay, we're doing the London, big thing out in Houston, with our brothers out at Bay City Raiders, Israel, and RGV Raiders, my cousin Gio and Rafa. So yeah, we got some good things coming on, and I can't wait to hit the season. I think we'll be at training camp on the 28th. We'll be out there. I know Cooley's going to be there the same day, and yeah, so it's going to be an exciting year, even with all the static with all the new stuff and the hard knocks. I think if anybody can do it, it's be us. So.
Yeah, I agree. I'm talking Raider Homer. He feels good about this hard knocks thing. There's things been happening that, of course, it's just like being in the cover of the Madden thing. There's you can't do that or you're not going to make it. Or something's going to happen. So every time you're on the cover, but Raiders are the ones that always broke the norm. Always.
Oh yeah. Hopefully we break that curse. But to me, man, it's just more Raiders is a good thing. And like I was saying earlier, Madden and Mayock, they know how to handle the media, and it's not. I don't think it's going to become a distraction. Derek Carr is a pro, so he's going to be able to handle the media, and AB loves the media. So I think it's going to be a good thing. I really do. It puts the Raiders in the spotlight. We're already worldwide. We're already a strong fan base, so it delivers something for the fan base. More Raiders for the fan base. So I'm ready.
Cool.
Hey, it's definitely going to be a special year.
Huh?
It's definitely going to be a special year. I mean, I look at it. I enjoy going to away games. But I do like playing at home. When I play at home, I know that Coliseum's just full with Raider fans.
Yes.
The nice part about going away is like, hey, you're traveling, and you're with people. You see the same folks every game. The travel games. You see the guys the friends that you see on Facebook, and that's where you got to meet. The chefs, the Sir Hitmans, the Captain Jacks. These are the ones you meet on the road. Destruction. Because you see them on the road. Those guys are hardcore. When they come to Oakland, it's a road game for those guys are traveling. But we're used to going home. I call home either Los Angeles or Oakland, and it's full of Raiders. I think when we move, we're gonna miss that. We're gonna miss coming home to blacking out the stadium. That's not gonna, in Vegas. It's not. I don't think that's gonna. That's not gonna be happening. Everybody's gonna be able to fly to Vegas and go to games. So we're going to miss that when we go there. That's why I said it's going to be a special year playing at Oakland this year, and try to make as much games as possible.
It seems kind of corporate now. It's going to go into more corporate Vegas, So,
yeah, but the Raider Nation will evolve. I don't give a damn what the NFL tries to do as far as tailgating and shutting all the tailgating down. They're not going to stop us. It's not going to happen. Look at all the work that you guys have put in. Look at all the work that I'm trying to put in. And think about the people that are coming after me that are going to put in the same amount of work because of people like us. They will not be able to stop us, man. The Raider Nation will survive, and it will thrive.
That's right. I think, and hopefully we take advantage as fans. As a black hole, we take advantage of the opportunities that Vegas gives us. I mean, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for a lot of people there in Vegas, and hopefully we make the right decisions and then get on board. And the main thing is, as fans, especially a lot of Super fans, we all get underneath one. We get all underneath one flag all together.
Right.
It's funny. We always talk about the Super Bowl, and last Super Bowl when you say, hey, how many times did they say black hole at a Super Bowl? And I think it was like 21 times. And how many times did they say Raiders?
Once.
So that's the whole thing. The black hole is not a booster club. It's a fan club. And we're a fan club with the Raiders. And that's where I feel is like, hey, you know what? No matter where you come from, if you're a fan of the Raiders, you should be part of the black hole. And that's kind of like my pitch. It's like, hey, we're all black hole fans because that's who we are. Will there be a black hole in Vegas? Of course there will. We're the fans. We are the black hole. All of us. It's one nation. And whatever we can do as one nation and help out each other, that's what we do. And that's the best part about I like about the Black Hole. We have guys from all different clubs, different booster clubs, yeah, it's awesome getting together every time we have an event, and different clubs show up, and we're taking crew pictures. You know, you're with the Malosos or wrecking crew, and you know, you're dealing with it. So you got some base drill. I mean, it's a blast. We like to support each other's events.
Yeah, I agree.
That's awesome,
That's what it should be about. Now, I have one question for you, Paul. One question. Do you have a story, a funny story, or something that you can actually give us? A little taste of what's going on the inside of the Superfan thing.
We're trying, Raider Nation. We're trying to get this inside info.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the beauty of it. Is like, I don't know. It's like, I think the funniest thing I knew Mark, the gorilla, but I never put them together. And I found that out by accident, because he was like, oh yeah, just send 200 pictures. I was like, dude, I'm not on your friend. And then he goes, you know, at that point, all of a sudden I was like, oh, I know who he is. I never knew who he was. But, you know, you talk about a great guy, but I always put them separate, like two different guys. So that's the best part about, you know, some of these guys is you'll meet their, you know, like Jay. You know, you meet Jay, or you don't know who they really are, and they two personalities, and that's the beauty of it. Is like, it's knowing the super fan, it's knowing who Marty Marr is, right? And then partying with Anthony. There's two different guys right there. But the fact is that when you know and party with a guy, it's like, wow, what a great guy. And I became a fan of fans, not because they have a cool outfit. But majority of these guys are great dudes. I mean, or great females. They're awesome people. They give back so much community, always pushing the word of the Lord. I mean, these guys are great human beings, and that's kind of like one of the things I've noticed, that they all have their common between all super fans is like, they're a great group of men and women, and you know, I'm proud to call most of my friends, at least the ones that I know, and it's awesome. You know, so that's kind of like the inside of the super fans. So once you see it, you know, when you see Violet yelling, and then you see right on the side, it's like they're two different guys. But they're so humble, and you know, all of those guys are just awesome people. And that's why whoever's selling, I always support. You know, buy their jackets, jerseys, buy their pants, you know, because they're putting a lot of money on the road to go out there, and they've never turned down a picture, you know, or turned down a hug, or turned down. You know, I've seen Jay, you know, you go up to him and talk to him, he'll always listen to you, and he'll give you advice, and he'll, you know, the guy always has a smile, and he's just so full of passion. I mean, that's what describes these guys. I mean, they're super fans, and that's why they're not superhuman. I mean, they're just great people. I mean, well, at the end of the day, they're awesome people, and that's how I became a fan of fans. You know.
Exactly. And I noticed they're not out there egoing, man. They're not throwing that ego out. They're not doing it. Man, these guys, like I said in previous, because we just talked to Ultimate Raider and tying this Santa Maria thing and Black Coat thing. But I've noticed that, you know, they're just normal guys.
Mark's the guy.
What they do, you know. Go ahead.
No, you look at, you know, I like Mike Aragon. You talk to Mike Aragon. You'll find out, man. These guys give so much to what they do, and they evolve, and it's great. You see them, you know, Storm. They buy buttons. They don't buy buttons. They give buttons to kids. I mean, you see all the stuff they do out of their own pocket, and which is it's amazing. You know how they do this, and you know, the charities they work with, and they all have their passion for their causes, and that's the thing. It's like, hey, when they come out with something, hey, whatever they're doing, we try to support them with all we can.
Exactly. Oh, you know, we kind of left out that Pomona thing. That Pomona thing was awesome. You know, we had Stan. I met Stan, and at the Santa Maria thing, out of nowhere, he gives her this hat that's signed by Willie Brown. And I was like, oh my gosh. I said, well, how much do you want for it? He gave it to me, man. And I just met him at the promoter thing. We had a great conversation. So, he's just another great human being. I've just been fortunate to meet people like that.
Yeah, Chris is the one that does Raider Fest. And he used to be down at the Frankensons. And you know what? For years, we'd go down there every year. And so a couple of years back, I talked to Chris, and I said, hey, man, we need some fans here. We're going to go spend money there anyway. And that's the thing is we do go every year, and I've got a lot of my autographs from there at the Raider Fest. I bought my first piece from Stan. I bought a Marcus Allen, Todd Christensen. They're walking out of the LA Coliseum. It's a famous picture. But I got it from him, and I became friends with him. And when I talked to Chris said, hey, I'm going to move it. I'll need some help. Can you do it? I reached out to Max and I said, hey, Max, can you help me promote this thing? And we'll get super fans together. We'll go out there. And, of course, with the Black Hole, we put up it's in L.A., so immediately I came up with the L.A. chapter and Agency of Visionaries and we all got together and, it was great. We got there and we entertained all the fans in between autographs. And it was such a cool spot. But one thing we learned off of that one was how much of a crowd a super fan will grab. Because now you're going to places where, we're used to it. We're in that environment, and we see them at the games. There's a lot of people that never go to games, just see them on Facebook and on TV and stuff. And one of the guys, they took a group picture, and they started signing those. I'm like, wow, what a great idea. So we came up with a vinyl that you'll hopefully start seeing at some of these super fans appearances. So it's a vinyl with, I don't know, what does it have? Max, like 50 super fans on it?
Yeah.
You remember?
53.
I mean, it has a lot of super fans on there, and it's on vinyl. The idea behind it was when a super fan does an appearance somewhere, they can sell them, and if you buy it as a fan, it comes as a pin, and you get autographs on that thing. So we're hoping we get that out this year, and keep your eye out for it. It's going to be a good piece, and it's a way to support your super fan out there. Yeah, hopefully we'll start seeing them out there.
Yeah, it's about giving back, and they deserve it. So the idea, that Polo and that and we always had, that we just put it into it, is to be able for them to, because they got hotels. Because I've seen these guys $1,000, easy. That's just straight up off the bat.
Yeah.
And they're doing it themselves,
Yeah.
They're doing it
Yeah,
themselves.
like you could. Yeah, the event at Santa Maria, we didn't charge. Everything's free, so it's hard to make. Everything's free. We're not charging, so some are traveling in and basically it's on their own nickel. So they're all coming in, hotels, everything. So it's a lot of money. I'm like, wow, if we could get something kind of offset the cost of these guys, you'd be able to get them to travel a little bit more. Anyway, we got with Max, reached out and going two friends out there as I knew and try to stick them on there. And so hopefully it turns out good, and people like the idea.
Yeah, I think it'll work. And like I said, it's about giving back to the super fans. If it pays for one night at the hotel, it pays for one night at a hotel. That's out of their pocket, and that's what I enjoyed about the Santa Maria parade there, Black Hole Santa Maria parade, is that the chapter itself, they didn't have to pay for no food, which food costs, man. So everything was there for them. It was so cool. It was just awesome. And that's the way, the Santa Maria Black Hole, that's what we want to set. We want to set standards, and that's what we're about, setting at high standards so we can all do what we do at the best of our abilities.
Yeah, we're this year, Trina coming on board, she brought, she's the biggest smoker, but she brought a lot of sponsors, and that's kind of what helped us pay for it. You still got to pay for that stuff. And we had a great tri-tip chicken barbecue. This year we were able to give back for the fans that helped us out. We had some appreciation certificates. We also gave out the Santa Maria certified patch, which is part of the city. But, trucking, with Sal, Pacific Pride with John. I mean, we had some great sponsors this year that helped us out and helped us pull together with Yamaha. And they give us that four-wheel drive that we drove in the parade also. It was fun. We had a great time. The kids loved it. Even with that, we raised money for the elk. Gold Fiddler Champions. So it was a great time, and hopefully next year gets bigger. I think we have max 33 super fans this year.
Was that? I'm sorry. What was that?
I say do we have like 33 super fans? What was the final count on the super fans?
37. Bill. I went through it. 37. 37.
That's a lot of super fans.
Yeah, that's a lot of super fans in one place, and that's what I'm saying. It's like these guys are all coming down here in one place. So if you look at how many years they'll take pictures with all these super fans, and you can go to one spot and boom, 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 you got a picture of the super fan. You know, it's always funny. I always say, hey, I remember when Jim Plunkett played, and Gorilla was there, and Gorilla is still there. You know, so that's where the fan of fans. You know, these guys are there game after game after game, and my later, Senor, they're locals, they're there, and so there's it's cool to see you guys in the Grand Slams all the time.
No, that was awesome. That was awesome. Can't wait till next year. Bigger and better. Always.
Oh, you gotta look for it. Tell me. It's gonna be tough, but I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Yeah, and the Katrina Hernandez, her name. She's with Raider Realtors there in Las Vegas. So she definitely stepped up, and she became a member of the Santa Maria. That's her hometown, also. So that's cool. We'll have her on too, and get her input and stuff on that. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, she was a blessing. I mean, bringing her on board. You know, me being from Sanger, I've been in Santa Maria for maybe 10 years now. But she grew up there. She knew all the players, and she was able to reach out and grab us help really quick. She was got that.
Yeah, I must appreciate that, Raider. Like I said, she's going to be a big help here now in the future. Plus, she's in Vegas too, so we're going to be all right with her. Well, hey, Polo, I want to tell you from the show, Coast to Coast, I'll tell you thank you, brother, and appreciate you coming on to this first show and lighting it up, smashing it up with Homer and I. But thank you, brother. We'll be talking soon.
I appreciate the opportunity coming on here and spreading the love. You know, like I said, it's supporting the retired players of Congress is huge, so that we can do that as one nation. And being part of the Black Hole, I always say my post, be part of it. That Santa Maria chapter, be part of it. Being part of it is what it's about. At the end, it's not, hey, I wish I would have worked more. It's the things you've done. And that's the thing is, going out, enjoying football games, spending time with the family. And it's a blessing. And if you have as many friends as we do, no matter where we go, if we go to a Raider game, you're going to find somebody that and that it's from a booster club, from the DC Metro group, to the Space City Raiders in Texas. No matter where you go, you're gonna run into a group, and that's what I love about it. No matter where we go, we have friends. Every place we go, we have a good time.
Yes, agreed.
Hey, let me call Fabian, because that's why I said I don't know if he wanted not being mentioned as a Poma, as a founder of it, because it is kind of
a secret society.
I want to see secret society. I just want to make sure if he's cool with it before you put it out there.
That's
that
cool.
Part of it.
Yeah, I'll be editing and putting in the pictures all week. So yeah,
if you talk to Fabian, did you call him, Homer? Because I
don't have his number. I don't think you sent me his number. But
Cool.
Fabian knows. Fabian knows who I am, and like I said, he knows who Kelly Mark is.
I'm gonna add him to the call right now. Hold on real quick, right?
Okay. Yeah, Fabian's cool, man. That's another one. Like I said, there's so much stuff rolling through my mind right now.
Dude, this is gonna be like a Raider fan movie, dude.
Yeah, exactly. That's the next thing, bro.
Hey, you don't even. Hey, look at your phone and see how long we've been talking, dude.
Oh, I know. My battery's like shit. I should have charged it 2 hours. Yeah. You're gonna be working, bro.
That's all right,
But
man.
you see the connection.
Hey,
You
Cole,
see.
you there?
Oh yeah.
I'm here. What's up? What's up?
What's
What's
up?
We just
Mad
got
Max.
Homer on the phone, and then Max. Hey, so we did an interview, and then he started going into the compas. But I go, I said your first name. But I go, man, I don't know if you want your name out there as a founder or not.
Mac who? Big Mac?
No, not Big Mac. No, I'm with
Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Oh, Mad Mac. What's up, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Right on, right
Then we
on.
got Homer from the podcast.
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's
Yeah,
up?
yeah.
What's up?
What's going on?
Nothing much, man.
Hey, we're out here in Pismo right now, Polo.
We'll come over, fool.
Yeah, we're right here. We're just chilling on the beach, man.
You want to come to the night?
It's my birthday weekend right here.
Happy
Hey,
birthday.
come to the night.
It's your birthday.
Yeah, man. It was my daughter's birthday yesterday. My birthday today.
Well, happy
That's
birthday,
awesome.
man.
Happy birthday to your daughter.
Thank you.
Hey, what do you think?
Thank you.
Hey,
I got a
yeah.
Morello right here in my hand. I got the wind blowing in my hair, man. It's nice out here.
Hey, where you staying
You
at
ain't got
tonight?
you ain't got
We'll stay out here in Pismo.
Dude,
Right on.
well, you guys just come stay the night. Stay at the house if you haven't got a hotel yet.
We'll see, man. We're debating on we're going to go home or we're going to stay the night.
Hey, I got 2 bedrooms over here. Just come over. You stay at my house.
Hold on, pues, man. You already said, let me see. Let me talk to the wife, see what she wants to do.
Yeah, tell her you guys are welcome here. Come over tonight.
Yeah, we're chilling, man. Dude, it was 90-something over there in Florida. Over here, it's like 63.
I know, dude. I tell Max I'm wearing a jacket all the time. He don't get
Shit. Damn, it's nice, man.
It was a cool day over here. It's only 106. So it was a cool day here. Look at, I'm half naked over here. Shit, it's fucking hot.
Hey, forget that, man. That's how we were in Florida, though, man. Just sweating our butts off in the sun.
Yeah, no, here, bro. This is the weather, man. Hey, so Fabian, are you okay? He was asking me about the compass. I just said, Tom, we're starting the founder was Fabian. Are you okay with your name being out there as a founder?
Hey, you say my name, but you gotta say the other compa too, which is compa Eddie.
Yeah.
You know, compa Paisa,
I just said
compa Marimar.
I said Marimar, Raider Reed.
Yeah, I would say between all of us, that's how we started. You know, we just started cooking up and tailgating. You know, so it was Eddie, Paisa, Marimar, me, and Eddie's brother, Abraham. That's how we started, los compas. And we're just out there tailgating. You know, we're diehard fans, and we always go to the game, and we always just click up and tailgate and make shit happen. You know, when I remember in 2016, we went out there with my homie Andy with the Raider Bus, and we won the tailgate championship of Oakland, the baddest tailgate in Oakland. We won, man. All the compas helped out. You know, that was off the hook, man. But that's how it started. It was us, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Brother, we're gonna have to have
honor.
you on, Fabian. We're gonna have to have you on the show, bro.
Well, yeah, hopefully
you know.
you're going to be on this episode, though. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Hopefully.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for your approval. I haven't quite got your approval yet.
Yeah, you know what? The thing is that I can't take credit for nothing. It's all of us, man. All of us teamed up, and we started calling ourselves los compas, and that's all she wrote, you know?
Okay, we
It's
can.
all of us, man. All of us dedicated ass fans.
President thing, we can edit that, you know. But as long as we can use your name, Fabian, you know, and everybody, Polo went through all the compas and todo eso. So you know, he went through all that interview.
Yeah, I wouldn't. The only thing you mention my name, you the way I feel, you have to mention everybody else's name too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I could, because that's the whole thing. Like, you know, you always try to keep your identity undercover. I'm like, gosh, I don't know if he's gonna.
Yeah. As a compa, I'm sure. You know, I am what I am. I've always been a compa. I never doubt about it. Everybody knows I'm a compa, so I don't trip on that. As a compa, you say whatever you got to say, no problem.
Yeah, no, he was just telling me, he asked me what super fans, and I said, well, Ascendis, Highlander, Marty Marr, Raider Reed, Savithorn, Mike Aragon.
Yeah, if anybody else say Marty Martin has spoken for us, because he's the one that,
That was his design to begin with.
Nice.
Marty Mars, he created a Compas Loco.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
No doubt about that. You know, that's to me personally, Marty Mars is the face. I don't care who else has a patch. Marty Mars is the face of all of us. You know, because he's out there. Everybody else they just do their thing. We put in work. We're behind the scenes, but we're heavy hitters. No doubt about it.
No doubt.
Because all of us make stuff happen.
Shit. Backing each other up.
No doubt about it. All of us make stuff happen. We bring a lot to the table, each and every one of us.
I see
and from the original, that's how I always seen it. Everybody got to bring something to the table, and I think everybody does. Everybody has something unique, something special, something different that adds to the group. That's the way I've always seen it. You know, everybody's committed to the fullest. There's no reason to ever doubt any one of us, because I think each and every one of us has showed how much we're committed and dedicated.
That little,
just to let you know,
awesome.
You know.
Hey, Mad Max said we've been talking, dude, trying to set this up, man, and he was telling me, you know, he knew this guy, and we can do it like this, and we'll get this guy on the show, man. And Mad Max, you're delivering, dude. You're delivering for the Raider Nation, man. So this is badass. Now you got me all pumped up. Now I'm ready to talk some more, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Shit.
Hey, Mad Max is down in those designs, man. He's cutting hairs right there. He's on everything.
I try to keep the Raider Nation busy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, you guys be posting stuff like, I don't even know how many times a day, man. I see you guys stuff out there. You guys are really busy.
Dude, you got the whole crew on it, man.
Yeah, my crew bust ass, man. They bust ass there. And then, like I say, we don't say loyalty for nothing. You know, we hold that. You know, 24/7.
Hey, for real, dude. That loyalty crew be posting stuff 24/7.
5 years, Fabian. We're going on 5 years. Never missed a day. People see, we cover everything, news, art, everything. So that's pretty cool to be able to have that.
Oh, much respect to you guys, because you know what? I see you guys putting in work, for real, putting in work, doing designs and edits. You know, and everybody sees that. Everybody on Facebook sees that, man. Everybody.
Yeah.
So that's dope, man. I give you guys a lot of credit for that. You guys put in work each and every day.
Definitely do. You got the Raider Nation, and that's what we're about.
Hey, I'm gonna let you guys go. All right? You guys do your thing, man. Keep it 100. You guys push 100 miles an hour all the time, man. Yeah.
The bedrooms are open, bro.
What's that?
The bedrooms are open.
I got you, man. Let me talk to a lady. Let me see what we got, man. But I really do appreciate that.
Hey, you don't want to go home in the heat, man. Just stay here.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right, bro.
Hold on. I'll hit you up. Let me know. Thanks for the call.
All
right, bye-bye.
Bam, dude.
How was that?
Woo! Man. Yeah, I'll edit out what he wants me to edit out, dude. But damn, now I ain't going to be able to go to sleep. Shit. I'm going to be editing all night.
Yeah, you're good, man. Yeah, did you get all that on
Better you than me, bro. Better you than me, so I'm good.
Yeah, all that's recorded, man. I'll edit out what he wants me to edit out. And, you know, I'll send out an audio recording, and then so we can get the approval. Like I said, I don't really have to drop this episode until, like, maybe even, you know, I would like to do it next, I would like to drop it by next Saturday, because then I can record the Raider Invasion podcast that night, and then drop that the next day. So, but we got a whole week to figure it out.
I want to be able to push.
Yeah, and remember, we have, I mean, it doesn't stop. I mean, those are people just in our, like I said, in our phone book. You see, hey, we call them up, and there's love immediately. You know, there's no, you know, when I say, hey, we're compadres, we're friends, it's, you know, I can call Joker, and you'll hear the same conversation you just heard with Fabian. You know, that's the best part about it, you know.
Yeah.
That's the cool part about being a compa.
Yeah. Yeah, I got Joker's number too, man. Yeah, man, my contact list is growing, man.
Yeah, that's the best part about it. That's what I like about this shit. Is like, hey, man, and you always get more and more friends as this thing goes. It only gets bigger.
Yeah, exactly. I got more Raiders people on my phone than I got family. You know?
Same here, man.
But I got a lot of family, bro. I got a lot of family. So, scoot on over because my Raiders family. They already know too. They already know. Who's calling? What are you Raider, bro? Yeah. Who's calling? What are you Raider? Yeah.
All right, cool. But hey, we gotta stop this episode at some point, man. So.
Yeah.
So if you got some final thoughts, Polo, let's hear them, and then me and Max can do the say goodbye afterwards. Yeah.
Oh man, you got me speechless, bro. I mean, that was it. I thought it's an honor to be on the show. It's to share with you my what I consider my limited knowledge of the Raiders and the fans, the Black Hole. It's been a blessing. It's been a great ride. Like my Larry always says, enjoy the journey.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Back and get some.
Yes, sir. All right, cool.
All right, brother. We'll let you go.
All right, man. Yeah, take care.
You too.
Okay, man.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Damn, Max, man, you deliver, brother.
That was going, bro. I didn't think it was gonna be that long, but it's good. It's good. Came out good, bro. Came out good. Like I said, there's so much happening, on the inside of things that a lot of us don't get to see. I'm privileged and lucky to hear it and see it, and to get compliments from, Fabian, to get compliments from other people that I kind of look at and have looked at before, and say, man, these dudes are getting it, and to be able to be there on that end of it, I am so blessed, brother, so blessed. And we got so much coming, with the homies coming on, the homegirls coming on, Raiders homegirls coming on. We've got sitting on deck, the Hitman from Philly. We've got Cisco, Tony Cisco from New Jersey on deck. We've got Juan that called me in between our show. We've got Cisco who called me between the show. So we've got so much coming that we're going to light this Raider Nation up. Like I said, that's Raider Talk. That's what we do. Raider Homer, Mad Max. We're going to get some.